Hey everyone, welcome back to Fluentx English. Oh my goodness, I am so excited about today's episode.
Sarah, you say that every time. But yeah, this one's really special, folks.
Okay, guilty, but Mike, come on. We're literally talking about something that changed my entire life.
True. All right, so if this is your first time here, hi, I'm Mike.
And I'm Sarah. We're your hosts here at Fluentx English. And honestly, we're just two people who absolutely love helping you speak English confidently. Not perfectly, confidently.
Yeah, there's a huge difference, right? Perfect English doesn't exist, but confident English, that gets you hired, that gets you promoted, that changes everything.
Exactly. So today we're diving deep into job interviews. And I mean deep, like the stuff nobody talks about in those boring career books.
Oh man, those books! Dress professionally, arrive on time, give a firm handshake. Like, yeah, thanks, we know that already.
Right? We need the real stuff, the actual words that make interviewers think, wow, we need this person on our team.
And before we jump in, if you're watching this because you have an interview coming up, take a deep breath with me. Ready? In through your nose and out. You've got this. We're going to help you nail it.
Absolutely. And hey, if you enjoy this episode, just tap that like button down below. It really helps us keep making content like this for you.
Oh, and subscribe if you haven't already. We drop new episodes every week, and trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next.
All right, should we do this?
Let's do it. Okay, so part 1. We're starting with the absolute basics, but not in a basic way, if that makes sense.
It totally makes sense. Because here's the thing. The first 60 seconds of your interview, that's when decisions are already being made about you.
60 seconds? That's wild, right?
Super wild. I learned this the hard way. My first interview in America, oh boy, it was a disaster.
Wait, you never told me this story. What happened?
Okay, so I walked in and the interviewer said, "Hi, how are you today?" And I just froze, like completely froze.
No way.
Yes way. And then I said, "I am fine, thank you. And you?"
Okay, but that's not terrible.
Mike, I sounded like a robot reading from a textbook. The interviewer's face was like, confused? Concerned? I don't even know.
Okay, so what should you say instead?
Well, this is where it gets interesting. The word fine is technically correct, but it's so flat, so emotionless.
Right. It's like saying, I exist, and that's about it.
Exactly. So here's what sounds natural. When they ask, "How are you today?" you could say, "I'm doing great, thank you. I'm really excited to be here."
Ooh, I like that. I'm doing great already sounds warmer than I'm fine.
Right? Or you could say, "I'm good, thanks. A little nervous, but in a good way." That one's actually my favorite because it's honest.
Yeah. Being honest about nerves actually makes you more relatable.
Totally. And here's a secret. Interviewers are usually nervous too.
Wait, really?
Yes, think about it. They're trying to find the right person for their team. There's pressure on them too. So when you acknowledge your nerves in a positive way, it humanizes the whole conversation.
Wow, I never thought about it like that. So it's not about hiding your emotions, it's about expressing them naturally.
Bingo. Now, let's talk about the introduction. This is where most people mess up.
Oh, the classic, tell me about yourself question?
That question. It sounds so simple, but it's actually super tricky.
I know, because what do they want? My life story, my resume, what I ate for breakfast?
Please don't tell them what you ate for breakfast.
No? Not even if it was really good avocado toast?
Mike, focus.
Okay. So seriously, what's the right approach here?
All right, Here's the framework that actually works. Think of it like a mini story with 3 parts: past, present, and future.
Ooh, like a narrative arc.
Exactly. So for the past, you briefly mention your background, not your whole life story, just the relevant highlights.
So maybe like, I studied marketing in college and I've always been fascinated by how brands connect with people.
Perfect. See how that's specific but concise. You're giving context without rambling.
I like it. What about present?
Present is where you talk about what you're doing now and what you've learned. So continuing that example, currently I'm working as a social media coordinator and I've learned so much about creating content that actually engages audiences.
Nice. You're showing growth and learning. That's huge.
Right. And then future, this is where you connect to the job you're interviewing for.
So like, and I'm really excited about this position because it would let me combine my creative skills with data analysis, which is where I see marketing heading.
Yes. Oh my gosh, Mike, that was perfect. You just tied everything together.
Hey, I'm learning from the best.
Oh, stop it. But seriously, notice how that entire introduction took maybe 30 seconds? That's the sweet spot.
30 seconds? Really? I always thought you needed to talk for like 2 or 3 minutes.
Nope, shorter is better. If they want more details, they'll ask follow-up questions. And actually, that's a good sign.
Oh, interesting. So follow-up questions mean they're engaged?
Exactly. It means they're curious about you. Now, here's something crucial that nobody talks about.
I'm listening.
Your energy matters more than your words.
Whoa, that's deep.
But it's true. You could have the perfect script memorized, but if you deliver it in a monotone voice, I'm very excited about this opportunity. See? It doesn't land.
Yeah, that sounded about as excited as someone doing laundry.
Yes, exactly. Your voice needs to match your words. If you say you're excited, sound excited, but not like over the top, fake excited.
Right, there's a balance, natural enthusiasm.
Yes, natural is the key word here. You know what helps with this?
What's that?
Smiling while you talk, even on phone interviews.
Oh, that's actually scientifically proven, right? People can hear a smile through the phone?
They can. Your voice sounds warmer and more approachable when you smile. It's wild.
That's such a simple but powerful tip. Okay, so we've covered the greeting and the introduction. What about body language?
Ooh, yes, this is so important. Okay, so think about this. When you're sitting in that interview chair, where do you look?
At the interviewer's eyes, right?
Well, yes and no. Constant eye contact can actually be intense and uncomfortable.
Really? I thought eye contact showed confidence.
It does, but it's about balance. You want to maintain eye contact most of the time, but it's totally natural to look away briefly when you're thinking or recalling information.
Oh, that makes sense. So like, if they ask about a specific project, it's okay to glance to the side while you're remembering the details?
Exactly. That's actually what people do in normal conversations. We're not robots who stare directly into each other's souls.
Staring into each other's souls, that's a horror movie, not a job interview.
Right? But seriously, natural eye contact means about 70 to 80% of the time. And here's another thing, your hands.
What about them?
Use them. Gesture naturally when you talk. It makes you look more engaged and passionate.
But not like crazy gestures, right?
No, Mike, not like you're directing traffic. Just natural movements that emphasize your points.
Okay. So, like, if I'm talking about growth, I might move my hands upward slightly.
Perfect. That's exactly it. Your gestures should support your message, not distract from it.
This is really helpful. What about sitting position? I always feel awkward about that.
Oh, good question. So you want to sit up straight, but not stiff. Imagine there's a string gently pulling you up from the top of your head.
Like a puppet?
Kind of, but a very relaxed, confident puppet. You want to look alert and engaged, not like you're about to fall asleep or like you're at attention in the military.
So no slouching, but also no sitting at attention like a soldier.
Exactly. And here's a pro tip. Lean forward slightly when the interviewer is talking. It shows you're actively listening.
Ooh, that's subtle but powerful.
Right? It's these little things that add up to make a great impression. Now, let's talk about something that trips people up all the time.
What's that?
The silence.
The silence? You mean when nobody's talking?
Exactly. Those moments when the interviewer finishes asking a question and you're about to answer. Most people panic and rush to fill that silence immediately.
And that's bad?
It's not ideal. Taking 2 or 3 seconds to think before answering actually makes you look more thoughtful and confident.
Huh. So silence can be powerful.
Super powerful. It shows you're considering your answer carefully instead of just blurting out the first thing that comes to mind.
That's really counterintuitive, but it makes total sense. So if they ask me something like, "What's your greatest weakness?"
Ah, man, the dreaded question. Everyone's favorite.
I know, right? So for that question, I could take a moment, maybe take a breath, and then answer.
Yes, that pause makes your answer feel more genuine. And speaking of that weakness question, can we talk about how to actually answer it?
Please, because I'm a perfectionist is not cutting it anymore, is it?
No. Oh my gosh. Interviewers are so tired of hearing that.
So what's a better approach?
Okay, here's the secret. Pick a real weakness, but one that shows self-awareness and growth. For example,
I'm taking notes here.
okay, so you could say something like, I used to struggle with delegating tasks because I wanted everything done a specific way, but I realized that was limiting my team's growth and my own productivity. So I've been working on trusting others more and focusing on clear communication about expectations rather than micromanaging the process.
Whoa, that's good. You acknowledged a real weakness, showed you're aware of its impact, and explained how you're actively improving.
Exactly. That's the formula. Weakness plus self-awareness plus action equals a great answer.
I love it, and it sounds so much more authentic than work too hard or I care too much.
Right? Those answers just sound like you're trying to humble brag.
My weakness is that I'm too awesome.
Oh, man. Okay. So we've covered introductions, body language, handling silence, and the weakness question. Should we move into part 2?
Let's do it. This is where it gets even more interesting, folks.
All right, part 2. This is where we separate the good candidates from the great ones.
Ooh, I like that. So what makes someone a great candidate?
Stories, Mike. Stories are everything.
Tell me more.
Okay, so here's what most people do wrong. When they're asked about their experience or skills, they give these generic, vague answers.
Like what?
Like, I'm a hard worker, or I'm good at problem solving, or I'm a team player.
But those are good things, right?
They are, but they're meaningless without proof. Anyone can say those things. You need to show them through specific examples.
Ah, so instead of I'm good at problem solving, you tell a story about a time you solved a problem.
Bingo. And there's actually a framework for this. It's called the STAR method.
Star? Like the thing in the sky?
Sort of. It stands for situation, task, action, result.
Okay, break that down for me.
Sure. So situation is setting the scene, what was happening. Task is what you needed to accomplish. Action is what you specifically did. And result is what happened because of your actions.
Can you give me an example? Like, walk me through it.
Absolutely. Okay, so imagine they ask, tell me about a time you had to meet a tight deadline.
Classic interview question.
Right? So here's how you'd use STAR. Situation. Last quarter, our team was launching a new product, and our marketing manager unexpectedly had to take family leave 2 weeks before the launch.
Okay, you're setting the context. I can picture this.
Exactly. Task. I needed to step up and coordinate the entire launch campaign while still managing my regular responsibilities.
So now we know what was at stake.
Right. Action. I created a detailed timeline, delegated specific tasks to team members based on their strengths, and set up daily 15-minute check-ins to make sure we stayed on track. I also worked directly with our designer to expedite the visual assets.
Ooh, very specific. You're showing exactly what you did.
Yes. And finally, result. We launched on time, and the campaign actually exceeded our initial engagement targets by 30%. Plus, my manager was so impressed that she recommended me for a leadership training program.
That's perfect. You showed problem solving, leadership, and gave measurable results.
Exactly. And notice how the story took maybe 45 seconds? It's concise but comprehensive.
That's the sweet spot again. Not too long, not too short.
Right. Now, here's something important. You don't want to memorize these stories word for word.
Why not? Wouldn't that make you more confident?
You'd think so, but it actually makes you sound rehearsed and robotic. Instead, remember the key points and let yourself tell it naturally.
So it's okay if the words are a little different each time.
Not just okay, it's better, because then you're actually communicating, not reciting.
That makes sense. What about questions we should ask them? That's always so awkward for me.
Oh, this is my favorite part, because asking questions isn't just polite, it's actually your chance to interview them.
Wait, what?
Think about it. A job interview is a two-way street. You're evaluating whether this company is right for you, just like they're evaluating you.
Huh. I never thought about it that way. I always felt like I was just hoping they'd pick me.
I know, we all feel that way. But shifting your mindset to, is this the right fit for me, actually makes you more confident and more attractive as a candidate.
That's so interesting. So what kind of questions should we ask?
Great ones. Not just, what's the salary, or how many vacation days do I get?
Yeah, probably save those for later, huh?
Exactly. Ask questions that show you're thinking strategically about the role. Like, what does success look like in this position after 6 months?
Ooh, I like that. It shows you're already thinking about performing well.
Right. Or, what are the biggest challenges facing the team right now?
That's smart, because it shows you want to understand the real situation, not just the glossy job description.
Exactly. Or, here's one of my favorites. What do you enjoy most about working here?
Oh, that's personal. It shifts the dynamic.
It does. And you can tell a lot from how they answer that question. If they struggle or give a vague answer, that's a red flag.
That's actually really smart. You're gathering information about the company culture.
Totally. And here's another good one. Can you tell me about the team I'd be working with?
Why is that important?
Because you'll be spending 40+ hours a week with these people. You want to know if it's a collaborative environment, if people support each other, what the dynamics are like.
Makes total sense. What about the money question? When do you bring that up?
Haha, the elephant in the room.
Right? Like we all need to pay rent, but nobody wants to seem money-focused.
I know, it's such a weird dance. Okay, here's my advice. Let them bring it up first, if possible.
And if they don't?
If you get to the end of the interview and they haven't mentioned it, you can ask, could you share the salary range for this position?
Simple and direct.
Exactly. No need to overcomplicate it. And if they ask you what your salary expectations are,
Oh no, that's the scary one.
I know, but here's the trick. Do your research beforehand.
Like on Glassdoor and those sites?
Yes, know what the market rate is for that role in your area. Then you can say something like, based on my research and my experience level, I'm looking for something in the range of X to Y, but I'm definitely open to discussion based on the full compensation package.
Ooh, that's smooth. You're giving a range, showing you've done homework, but staying flexible.
Exactly. And mentioning the full compensation package is smart because it's not just about base salary. There are benefits, vacation time, professional development opportunities.
All that stuff adds up.
It really does. Now, let's talk about something that people always forget.
What's that?
The closing. How you end the interview matters just as much as how you start it.
So what's the right way to close?
First, always thank them for their time, but make it specific and genuine, not just thanks for your time.
So like, thank you so much for taking the time to tell me about the team and the projects you're working on. I'm really excited about the possibility of contributing to this.
Yes, perfect. You're referencing specific things from the conversation, which shows you were actually listening.
And that you're genuinely interested.
Exactly. And here's a power move. Ask about next steps.
Like, when can I expect to hear back?
Sort of, but frame it more collaboratively. Try something like, what are the next steps in your hiring process?
Why is that better?
Because it's not demanding or pushy. You're just showing interest in understanding their timeline. Plus, it gives you valuable information about when and how to follow up.
Smart. So if they say they'll make a decision in 2 weeks, you know not to email them the next day asking for an update.
Exactly. Give them space. Although you should definitely send a thank you email within 24 hours.
Oh yeah, the thank you email. That's still a thing?
Absolutely. It's such a simple thing, but so many people skip it. And it can honestly be the difference between you and another equally qualified candidate.
So what should you say in it?
Keep it short and sweet. Thank them again. Mention something specific you discussed that excited you, and reiterate your interest in the position.
Can you give me an example?
Sure. Something like, "Hi, Jennifer. Thank you again for meeting with me today. I really enjoyed learning about the upcoming expansion project and how the role would contribute to that. Our conversation reinforced my excitement about joining the team. Please let me know if you need any additional information from me. Looking forward to hearing from you."
That's perfect. It's friendly, professional, and specific.
Right, and it keeps you top of mind. Plus, it shows attention to detail and professionalism, which are qualities every employer values.
This is all such good stuff, but I have a question. What if the interview isn't going well? Like, what if you can tell they're not interested?
Ooh, that's a tough one. Honestly, stay professional and positive regardless.
Even if you know you're not getting the job?
Even then, because you never know what might happen. Maybe they'll think of you for a different role. Maybe they know someone at another company. The world is smaller than you think.
That's true. Don't burn bridges.
Never. Plus, it's just good practice for staying composed under pressure. And sometimes what you think is disinterest is actually just their interviewing style.
Really?
Yeah, some people are naturally more reserved or have a poker face. I once had an interview where the person barely smiled the whole time. I was convinced I bombed it.
And?
I got the job. Turns out that's just how she was. Super nice person, just not very expressive during interviews.
That must have been a nice surprise.
It really was. So the lesson is, don't try to read too much into their reactions. Just do your best and stay authentic.
Great advice. Okay, we're getting close to wrapping up here. Any final thoughts?
Yes. The biggest thing I want everyone to remember is this. Interviews are conversations, not interrogations.
I love that.
Right? When you shift your mindset from "they're testing me" to "we're having a professional conversation to see if we're a good fit for each other," everything changes.
The pressure comes off.
Exactly. You become more natural, more confident, more you. And that's what they actually want to see, the real you, not some perfectly rehearsed robot version.
That's beautiful, Sarah, and so true.
Thanks, Mike. And to everyone watching, remember, rejection is just redirection. If this job isn't the right fit, there's one out there that is.
Absolutely. Every interview is practice. Even if you don't get that particular job, you're getting better every time.
Yes, so go into it with curiosity, confidence, and authenticity. Those three things will take you so far.
Couldn't have said it better myself. All right, folks, that's it for today's masterclass on job interviews.
We covered a lot, from first impressions to closing strong, from body language to asking the right questions.
If this helped you, please hit that like button and subscribe for more English learning content.
And drop a comment telling us, what's your biggest interview challenge? We read every single comment.
We really do, and your questions often inspire our next episodes.
Good luck with your interviews, everyone. You've got this.
Go show them what you're made of.
We'll see you in the next one.
Take care, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.